I mean, the cards are they're gonna come out. They don't really need. I mean, they're gonna get spoiled before the set, anyways. It's like we don't really need to talk about them right now. All right, looks like John was on a mullet of 6, puts one on the bottom, and Robert starts off with a Thoughtseize. 2-0 Jund, Craigasm. Yeah, this is just like straight up Boomer Jund. I'm pretty sure John's a gamer, man. String Bean is also a gamer. If you don't know Robert Crimmins on the left, we refer to him as String Bean. Liliana and Standard is going to be interesting. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know which ones you're talking about, Cody. Watsy accidentally published those. Yeah, we got a battle of the beards going on here. These guys got some great beards. String Beans is excellent. 2-0 Jun? That's like a 5-0, pretty much. Alright, Dasher Ragavan. Robert's going to fetch a Steam Vents. Tapped. And take the hit. Probably just doesn't want to risk that Steam Vents getting exiled by Ragavan. So he wouldn't be able to search it. Played Grixis Creativity last week at FNM. Very sad 1 and 3. What can I say, man? Get good. I'm just kidding.
Are you really though?
A little bit. All right. Robert with a tap land and pass. John with another Ragavan dash. It's another land. I mean, String Bean just has the combo next turn, or at least part of it. So see if John can beat it. I mean, he's probably just gonna make a Archon here, right? Or nope, we're waiting a little bit. So say he can just Dwarven Mine and Transmogrify, right?
I don't know, Turn. You tell me.
I mean, it's yeah, like you get to draw a card, swing 3 life both ways, and then make them discard. But I think he's just staring down this terminate, and he's like, I just get my thing terminated and get hit with Ragavan again. So I think maybe he's waiting here, trying to be a little patient, and maybe get a big creativity where he hits a couple of them. He also just has this Dwarven Mine that will make a 1/1 and can trade with the Rag. So pretty good patience by Robert, I think. Okay, gonna fire off Prismari Command. So deals 2 and draws 2 and discards 2. Is that a persist he discarded there? Is that what that card is?
I'm gonna assume yes. It looks similar to the art.
There's a Wren. That's pretty annoying for Robert to deal with because it can ping down his dwarves. So he just has to be conscious of how when he gets his dwarves here. Like he doesn't really want to just like get a Dwarven Mine for no reason here and then pass. So Archon does make you sack a Planeswalker, right? Yeah, it does. Okay, attack Wren. Huh?
So because it says creature or planeswalker, it would be, let's say, John's choice of which one he has to do.
Yeah, like if he has both, but if he only has Wren, then it would be Wren. All right, so attack with the dwarf and bolt the Wren takes care of it. And I did see another Prismaric command and an Indomitable Creativity in Robert's hand. Ooh. Is that Plague Engineer? Main deck?
Looks like it.
So just Plague Engineer naming Dwarf?
You see, you get Prismari Command.
That's crazy. Robert has another fetch. So he's gonna... Wait, he can't... I mean... Oh yeah, the Plague Engineer's gone. So yeah, it doesn't... Yeah. So he just gets a Dwarf, and he's gonna Creativity X is 2. John is just going to fire off Creativity now, or sorry, the Terminate now to kill one of the dwarves, so he doesn't have to... Oh, he's fetching. I was like, what's happening? Okay. Doesn't have to deal with 2 Archon triggers. But the one on the treasure will still happen. Is that a Grist? Or what Planeswalker is that? I can't really tell. I think it's Grist.
I think it is.
Sorry, I still had Plague Engineer up. So if you're not familiar with this deck or haven't seen this combo, basically the only creatures in Robert's deck are those Archon of Cruelty. I almost said Archon of Creativity. So the Indomitable Creativity, destroy X target artifacts and creatures. For each permanent destroy this way, its controller reveals cards from the top of his or her library until an artifact or creature card is revealed and exiles that card. Those players put the exiled cards onto the battlefield and then shuffle their libraries. So Robert's deck has no artifacts and no creatures other than those Archon of Cruelties. They run several ways, like Dwarven Mine, to make tokens. They can be either artifacts, so like the treasure token we saw there, or the dwarf from Dwarven Mine, a 2/2 Goblin from Fable, like, you know, things like that. Destroys them, and then he just flips through his deck until he hits Archons. Yeah, he can also transmogrify the dwarf as well to get more Archons. So that's what just happened here. He got another dwarf, transmogrified it, gets another Archon. And John scoops him up. Can't beat that Archon. Alright. John on the play. No turn 1 Thoughtseize or anything. Streaming has turn 1 Thoughtseize. Ooh, taking this Ren looks really good, huh? Engineer Explosives. Is that 2 different Terminate arts and then Plague Engineer? And the land. Takes one of the Terminates. That's surprising. I thought he was going to take the Ren there for sure. Guess he's like, you know, I don't really care if you do your thing and hit land drops. Like, if I just take these Terminates out of your hand, then you can't get my Archons and I just win. So maybe that's the game plan that Robert's on. He's got an Archon in hand, so maybe he's yeah, Collective Brutality. Okay, maybe he's on the Persist plan this game.
What does Persist do again?
So Persist returns a non-legendary creature to the battlefield with a -1/-1 counter on it. So he'll be able to get back a 5/5 Archon. Robert casts a Collective Brutality there on turn 2, discarding the Archon to the Escalate, gets rid of Terminate, and drains and gains for 2, I believe. So he's at 17. There you go. Collective Brutality is such a house of a card sometimes. Psych Engineer, I'm going to assume this is going to name Dwarf. Shutting off the Dwarven Mine. Strat, but I really think Robert's just on Persist here. Pretty sure I saw it in his hand. Gets a Steam Vents.
Yep, there's the persist.
Yep. John's gonna discard a land, sacrifice the Plague Engineer, lose 3, String Bean gains 3. And String Bean draws a card. A lot of stuff happens. Cast a Hard Evidence as well. Alright, well, John had a couple answers to Archon, but those got taken away from him.
We're on a 2-turn clock, I would say, depending on how John decides to use his run here to grab lands back.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta remember, Archon attacks and has that trigger that deals 3, so this is definitely a 2-turn clock, because this is hitting for 8 every turn now.
Oh, that happens every turn.
Yeah, it happens on attacks. Enters the battlefield and attacks. Card's very strong. I mean, it's 8 mana, right? It can be that strong. People are casting it for 8 mana, right? They're not persisting it into play for 2 mana. Are they, Wyatt?
I don't know, Terra. Knowing Magic players, they always find ways around it. Like
They're not casting 16 mana worth of creatures for 5 mana, are they, Wyatt?
it sure sounds like they are, Terra.
Please tell me that's not the case. John's at 3, by the way.
Okay.
String means up to 20. Alright. John plays a land. I think that's a Riveteer's Charm, which does kill Archon with the -1 counter on it because it deals 5. So I think at beginning of combat, he's going to Riveteer's Charm it.
Yeah, before the trigger happens.
Yep. Riveteer's Charm, pretty cool new card that I know a decent amount of Jund players are pretty excited about. Oh, it also has the never mind, it does not deal 5. Which one deals 5? It has target opponent sacrifices a creature
With highest power.
or a planeswalker they control with highest mana value among creatures and planeswalkers they control.
I don't know. There's 4 other cards similar to that. So.
Well, John was dead to a follow-up. That was either a creativity or a transmogrify there. I did not quite see, but 2-0 to String Bean. See the strength of creativity there.